Hello and welcome to the Broken Table pay-per-view prediction game. I'm your host, Michael C. The C explains my school test average. By day I edit other side books, so check us out, by the way. But here I am, your loyal and not at all grumpy Scottish historian. Oh yeah. Tonight I'm joined, as ever, by our very own debonair, diabetic, diegetic, diplodocus D. Van Lenton. Hi Lenny.
Oh gosh, I didn't understand half of those words. What is that?
That's me trying to simulate a crowd.
Oh, thank you, crowd.
Oh,
You're welcome.
You're so responsive. I appreciate that.
No problem. This is far away.
Well, we've also got the man who some claim is our very own Barry Norman, or for you Americans, that's Everton Sisco all in one. He can tell you what wrestling matches are Anthony Hopkins and the Elephant Man, and which ones are merely Anthony Hopkins and Silence of the Lambs. Welcome, Mr. Jessel. That's Jessel. Oh.
Yeah! No, I don't need to boo the crowd for me. Hooray! I'm here. And I like that because I like movies and I like being super critical of things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So there. Does that intro get you, I don't know, all excited and thingy for a pay-per-view? I don't know.
Yes, we're excited.
You sound like a man with laryngitis.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the first of our new prediction contest game league thingy-majiggy. I had to come up with rules. And the rule is that people pick the winner of each match. Well, that's simple, isn't it? Now we're getting points up for grabs. If any of us pick the correct winner of a match, you get 3 points. If you pick the wrong winner of a match, you get no points whatsoever.
Wow.
There are bonus points if you successfully predict a title change, 2 points. If you're correct on how a match ends, i.e. you say Sasha Banks will win a match by submission, and she does, then you get an extra point. And if you predict something utterly insane which should never happen, like Enzo Amore beating Brock Lesnar clean, and it happens, you get 5 points just for the sheer gall of it. There will be added bonuses for multi-man matches like Survivor Series and Royal Rumble, but I haven't come up with them yet. And also, each of them have what will be known as the lock of the night. That is, they have one of their predictions they are so confident in, they will say this is their lock prediction that is bound to happen, and when it comes true, they get double points. And
My favorite part.
Yeah, if it doesn't come true, you get no points. It's like the Joker in gambling or deadpilling or whatever, but of course none of us do any of that, so that's a bad analogy. Right. So it's another pay-per-view. Man, we've had like 5 weeks off after something like 20 in 10 weeks.
Yep, and now we'll be doing these every 2 weeks for the next 5 months.
Goodness gracious. So yeah, this is No Mercy, which last year was a SmackDown pay-per-view, but it's the Raw brand who are entertaining us, hopefully. And like SummerSlam, we've got Wrestling Empire back to predict the show, and boy, did it have fun.
Yeah, baby.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yes.
I hope that it does so much better than we do every week.
Oh yeah,
every
so do
prediction.
That's part of the fun. It might even win a lot of those sheer gall awards for insane predictions. Especially if the Balor Bray Wyatt match comes to fruition as I predicted. Spoiler alert. Not only have we got us three and the game, but we'll also have a running theme of the WWE standard logic, which is we're going to take the old lose on Raw or SmackDown or whichever show before win on the pay-per-view as a standard meme control to compare us against it. And I've also got my wife running along as somebody who doesn't watch WWE at all to see if too much knowledge is a bad thing. It probably is. So
That's a good idea.
yeah, so
That's fun. So we got the 3 of us and then 3 variants of controls. That's fun. I like it.
So yeah, so we start. We don't have any pre-show matches yet, as far as I'm aware. I just have the 7 show matches. So I will start with the first one that was on my list, which is the Intercontinental title match, which was only announced this week on Raw, when The Miz will be defending against Jason Jordan. So, let's see. Jessel, what have you got up here?
Full disclosure, there's been a lot of stuff going on in my life. I've watched very little wrestling, but I have been trying to keep up with everything. Jason Jordan isn't doing well, but I still would rather see him get the shock win today. I like that, or on Sunday. That's the story I think would be very entertaining. So I'm gonna go with the Jason Jordan win. It'd be a pinfall. Probably after, like, one of those things where essentially he does what nobody's ever been able to do against Jinder Mahal. Bo Dallas tries to screw him, he beats him up. Curtis tries to screw him, he beats him up. And then, instead of taking control like Jinder Mahal does, The Miz would try and lose. Jason Jordan wins.
Yeah, cool. So I've got that down as Jordan by pinfall. Oh, title change. Yeah. Hey. You're going for your early title change bonus there, I see.
Let's hear one of the special picker things next.
Okay,
so we have those in between us.
Cool.
Good call.
Well, I shall go for WWE Standard Logic because that's the least interesting of the three, I think. I might be biased because, one's a video game and I'm married to the other one.
And that is a good answer.
Yeah. So WWE Standard Logic says that Jason Jordan will win because Raw kind of ended with him getting his ass kicked.
Oh.
He won the match, and then the Miz came out and insulted him, and then kind of hit his finisher on him. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Miz is in trouble if we believe the usual logic. And that moves us on to Lenny.
Full disclosure. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I was on my 5-year anniversary cruise this past weekend. Shout out to the wife. Hey baby, you are looking fine. And then we didn't get back until Monday afternoon, so I didn't watch any wrestling this week, which is ridiculous to think about. I just read the results, which I haven't done that in forever. So I read the results for Raw. And I read the results for SmackDown. The only wrestling I watched is right now. I currently have WrestleMania 4 playing. I've been watching that today. Don Morocco. Is that Don? No, that's Ted DiBiase. I don't know how I get those two confused. Ted DiBiase is walking into the ring. Maybe he's wrestling Morocco. Maybe that's why I thought I saw Don Morocco. Ted DiBiase is walking to the ring. Anyways. I think Jason Jordan is getting close to getting the support that he needs and deserves. But he's not quite there yet. But I think that he will lose, or that he will win by disqualification after the Miz Taraj gets involved. So I think that he will get very, very close, but I think this is one of those matches on the pay-per-view that gets the old disqualification finish on the pay-per-view treatment, and the Miz Taraj just comes in and just beats him up and saves the Miz from losing the belt. And then Jason Jordan gets a little bit more sympathy for a couple more weeks, and then he wins the belt a little bit down the line. But that's what I have. Jason Jordan wins by DQ.
Cool. I'm just locking that into the prediction file, so you're stuck. Oh yes, yes. They after claiming that this had been taken off SummerSlam because they didn't want Jason Jordan, seemingly like got taken off SummerSlam because there was just no space for it, and they've just randomly gone back to it this week. But I asked my wife who she thought would win, and her response was, "Who the fuck is Jason Jordan?"
Oh, did she actually use the F word?
Yeah.
Hot.
So
unless that's offensive to say, then not hot. Just cool. That's cool.
So she's gone for the Miz, and I am going to agree with her because I don't think they've been pushing Jason Jordan enough or wholeheartedly enough for him to win the belt. So I think they're going to have a T spot, but he will get distracted by Curtis Axel. Mr. Perfect Son, remember? Haha. And the Miz will retain the belt. That's what I think.
By pinfall or submission?
By pinfall.
Okay. Who knows? Maybe the Miz is going to pop back out to figure 4.
Which only leaves Wrestling Empire.
Hooray! This is my favorite part.
Okay. I got this game stuck on guest referee, and I couldn't take it off for a match. So Bailey was refereeing this match. Jason Jordan suplexed Miz everywhere, and then he suplexed him out of the ring, and then the Miz beat him outside the ring, and then there was more suplexes, and then Bailey randomly hit the suicide dive onto Jason Jordan, and I don't know why. Miz powered out of a triangle choke, and then Miz suplexed Jordan so that Jordan's head landed on the floor, but Jordan no-sold us and got back in the ring and just punched and kicked the Miz until he got a 3 count at 8:55 to win the belt. So the game says that Jason Jordan basically wins by murder. So yeah, we have a quite a strong support for Jason Jordan to win the match, even if not the title there. Do either of you consider this your lock of the night? Before I move.
No. I'll claim my lock immediately.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah, that would help a lot. Thanks. So that we can move on from Jason Jordan's career prospects, bleak, to the women's title, which seems to be adding more contenders to the match every time I look. I think it was originally going to be Nia Jax v Alexa Bliss, but then they added Sasha, and then they added Emma, and now they've added Bailey, which will make Jess also happy.
Yawn.
Why can't they just do storylines in the women's division? Everyone just fighting for the belt is not a storyline. Yeah. Just give me storylines. Spread
SmackDown does storylines.
Yeah.
So yeah, I shall just go the way I did the last time, and that's Jessel up first.
Alexa Bliss retains. Pinfall.
Oh.
If I need to be more specific, roll up.
No, pinfall will suffice.
Yeah. Alexa Bliss retains. I think she won't lose it until Asuka takes it off her.
WWE Standard Logic says that Alexa Bliss will retain, and you're right, because she lost on Raw.
Well, there you go.
In a non-title match, a singles non-title match, which you know I love.
Yeah.
So Lenny, keep breathing, etc. What do you think?
I have Alexa Bliss retains after Bailey does the Bailey to belly. I don't remember what it's called on Sasha. Then she throws Bailey out of the ring and steals the pinfall.
Cool. And yes, gentle listeners, the sound of the chipmunks typing will be me this week because, I can't help it because I have to lock the predictions into the contest.
You should be using a pencil and paper, Michael.
Can you imagine doing that, reading the damn thing and talking to you at the same time? I'm not a multitasker.
Okay.
Do that. So, yeah, Mandy says that Bailey probably will win, but she really goes like, don't know. Which, sums up the quality of the booking for this chucking everyone together, I think. Which
this isn't...
Sorry, go ahead.
This isn't an elimination, right? This is just...
No, I think it's just a fatal 5-way.
Okay, good.
Well, they have multiple times turned a non-elimination into an elimination night of... But as far as we know, it is not elimination.
Oh, I always preferred elimination because that's just the way I am. But I know that other people who might be on this podcast don't.
I don't.
Yeah.
Elimination has a place, but not in like. I think it's great for contenderships, but not for titles. Mm-hmm. For titles, you are just legitimately saying who is better than everyone else in order. But for contendership, it's everybody fighting. It just makes more sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that just leaves me, and I'm going to be really dull and say Alexa Bliss by pinfall because I think she has a role in Raw just now, and that's the person who's going to get killed by Asuka. But let's bring us to the Wrestling Empire. Oh, by pinfall. Did I say pinfall? Well,
Yes.
locked in now anyhow. Wrestling Empire, which it's one of the less interesting predictions of theirs all night. Emma's not in my game. So the part of Emma was played by Lita.
Nice.
There was lots and lots of kicking. Every pinfall attempt was blocked by another person. And eventually, Sasha Banks got Alexa Bliss to tap out to a scissor leg lock while Nia Jax looked uninterested. Basically, Nia Jax just stood there
Interesting.
watching them. And that happened in 7 minutes and 20. So the game claims that Sasha Banks is going to win another belt. Probably also assumes she's going to lose it on Raw the next night.
I was gonna say.
I bet you she'll lose it that night.
Oh, God. Yeah,
It
Carmella
just,
shows up.
her
as a twist.
reigns get shorter and shorter and shorter.
So yeah, that takes us to another title match, and it's it's the cruiserweight title. It's Neville versus Braun Strowman's new best friend, Enzo Amore. Oh, if you didn't see Raw, Jessel, Enzo came out and then Braun randomly showed up and killed him, just for no reason.
Wonderful.
Oh man. So yeah, exciting cruiserweight action. Jessel.
This is my lock.
Right.
Neville wins by submission because this match is here for Neville to teach Enzo Amore a lesson. We are continuing the punishing of Enzo Amore, so Enzo Amore has to get creamed, just absolutely murdered by Neville.
Yeah.
He might eventually win the Cruiserweight title, but not today. This is a lock. Neville by submission.
Oh, does Lenny disagree there?
No. I was.
You're
I don't know what.
He
My
was being real
blood,
sassy in his agreement.
my blood sugar's too high to disagree.
Oh. Wow. What we've got here is WWE Standard Logic, which has Neville retaining because of whatever happened on 205 Live again, which I've now forgotten.
Yeah, I didn't even read that one, so I don't know what
There's
happened.
too much wrestling nowadays. There isn't actually too much wrestling. I just mean like, me having no spare time. But then that's what the night was for. It's always going to
Yeah,
be
the
there.
three of us legitimately watch as much as we can nowadays because of the podcast. We still can't make time for 205 Live.
Poor cruiserweights. Poor Jack. Oh, they've turned Jack Gallagher heel apparently, so sod that.
What?
I know.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
That just makes no sense. But anyhow, yes, Lenny, what do you feel about cruiserweights on No Mercy?
Neville wins by pinfall.
Neville by pinfall. And I have gone for Neville by submission, but it's not my lock of the night, even though Enzo is going to job, because that's essentially what he's here for, to put over Neville. Which means I've also got Mandy, who said that Enzo's going to win.
Ooh.
I think because she
Tasty.
knows who he is. And the game, here we go. Neville v Enzo Amore. 20 seconds in, Enzo Amore reverses a powerbomb. A clothesline, 5 minutes in, is Neville's first bit of offense. Enzo Amore then gets an easy submission victory in a squash match in 6 minutes and 20 with another leg lock.
Goodness.
I mean, if it just has to be a submission, that thing might be completely right.
That's not going to be its goal of the night, incidentally, if it comes true. That's still to come.
Ooh.
Some of these early ones are slightly more less insane. But that's all of us, yes, for Neville. And we can stop talking
Yep.
about Enzo
Yep.
bloody Amore. Because when that's Amore. Yeah. Right, so that brings us to the match of the night. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
I am liking this a teeny bit more than I usually like Bray Wyatt stuff. I'm liking the Goldust stuff actually. That's pretty interesting.
So yeah, so I'll go with.
It makes me sad because Goldust teased a new protege when that's no longer going to happen. I was really intrigued by Goldust having a new protege that was going to debut at SummerSlam, and then no, and then no, and then no, and then now he has his face rubbed off by Bray.
It was probably Jason Jordan, and that's why they quit it, really. I was wondering why they made him Dustin Rhodes, and I was talking to OMG, and he's going, are they going to release him now? I suddenly remembered, they're bringing back Starcade in a few months, apparently.
Yeah. I think that's what they're getting.
Yeah,
getting
they want a Rhodes to sell the show. They've got a Flair. They've got Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, and apparently they reached out to Cody.
Yeah.
To have him back
Michael
for one
Hayes
night.
tweeted Cody as well.
Yeah, but that was after Cody already went on a huge rant about him being mad about it.
But anyhow, that's your Goldust sidetrack for the evening. Jessel, Balor, and Bray Wyatt.
I think this feud's gonna go to 3, so that means Bray has to win the second one. So unfortunately, Bray.
Bye.
Oh, shenanigans. I don't know. By Ghost.
I've got that locked in. Bray by Ghost.
By Ghost, like Hell in a Cell.
And it looks now like I'm going to steal your thunder because I have Bray by pin and wacky stuff. We all know what I mean. You know, you can't have a Bray match with some weird shit happening. Maybe you'll remember Luke Harper's got a job. He's always stuck to him like an umbilical cord. Lenny, who have you got here?
I have Bray Wyatt winning by pinfall with the help of Dustin Rhodes.
Ooh.
So definitely shenanigans, but my shenanigans are specific shenanigans.
Yes, and I make that's specific. So it might given the obscurity of a Dustin Rhodes push at this point in time, that might win you the goal of the thing if it comes through. Although it'll depend on my mood next week. So.
Who's handing?
So that leaves WWE Standard Logic, which is Balor. Okay. Although I was having trouble with that one because it could have been anyone because they basically just did promos. Mandy, who on Asked went Bray Wyatt, and thank God I've heard of these guys. And the game. Oh man.
Oh man.
I'll just take a sip of juice. Right. As it happened before my eyes, Balor beats up Bray Wyatt with a meat cleaver, but Bray reverses a shot into a suplex onto the stairs on the floor from the ring. Balor goes through a table. We're 2 minutes into the match here. Balor whacks Bray with the meat cleaver, so Bray kicks him in a low blow, grabs the meat cleaver and smashes Balor right in the face with it, and then pins him directly at 3 minutes and 2 seconds. R.I.P. to both men, clearly. After the match, Bray Wyatt takes a bloodied Balor backstage and pile drives him into the concrete floor and then celebrates.
Oh goodness!
So yeah, I witnessed an actual goddamn murder on this game. I'm not sure how you sell a literal whack as far as you can between both eyes with a meat cleaver to win a match. Not even New Jack would get up from that one.
Ugh, New Jack.
I'm with you on that.
Ugh.
Ugh.
But yeah, but that takes us to the 3 biggest matches on the show.
I can't do that right now. I don't
the
have
first of which is for the Raw Tag Titles, which is 2/3 of the Shield, Quasi Shield, versus Cesaro and Sheamus, the former champions. And the WWE standard logic will have the Shield retain because they lost a non-title match to Cesaro and Sheamus on Raw. Because you know why the fuck not. Alright, so Jessel, what do you think?
Best pals beat the other best pals.
Be more specific, man.
The She beat up the Bar. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins retain. Pinfall.
Ooh, I've also got the Shield by pinfall because I think they're running to the end of the road with Cesaro and Sheamus. As soon as you start seeing them become more pally on screen is when one's going to turn on the other. Just the way of the WWE and tag teams. So, Yeleni?
Yeah, Lenny. This is my lock of the night.
I've got you locked in.
And I have Ambrose and Rollins winning. With Ambrose hitting dirty deeds on Cesaro following confusion between Cesaro and Sheamus. I don't know what the confusion will be, but I do agree that the bar's not working. It's not selling merch. It's not a catchy thing. So I think that's probably going away here in a bitty bit. So I think that is a lock. Ambrose and Rollins win that match.
Well, Mandy said that Cesaro and Sheamus would win, and I say that the Shield will win by pinfall. And the game says Cesaro whacks Dean Ambrose with a metal pipe 2 seconds into the match and takes control. Cesaro keeps beating up Dean Ambrose, but then Ambrose rolls up Cesaro and gets a free count on 1 minute 18 seconds. That was as random as it sounds. So, yeah, literally, Cesaro was just beating the crap out of him, and then Dean Ambrose made one roll up, and Cesaro just got pinned. Just like that.
That's a Raw match right there.
I mean, Sheamus didn't even interfere because he was just standing on the apron clapping, and then he was like, the match was over.
Sheamus loves the clap.
So that's another one done, which now brings us to a grudge match. That reference would have made so much more sense if I knew any of these hip hop references that they keep talking about.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, what is he talking about?
They just, they're going, oh man, he totally marked him. Ether, oh cool, whatever. I looked up, it's something to do with Jay-Z, and then I fell asleep. So it's John Cena versus Roman Reigns. And I think Jessel just spoke for us all. But
that was Lenny.
was it?
That was Big
dear.
Lynn.
Lenny's dead. Oh goodness.
Yeah, that was Big Lynn.
Oh. Yeah,
Man. This one's hard. This one's the hardest one for me. I could see it going either way. But man, where am I going?
To a prediction, hopefully.
I know, right? I'm gonna go Roman.
He's gone for Roman Reigns.
Roman pinfall.
So the rise and fall of the Roman Empire will be postponed.
Yeah.
Linton?
I can't believe how shittily the WWE has booked this feud. For starters. So, Roman Reigns wins by pinfall after exactly 12 Superman punches.
Oh man.
And I will be counting them throughout the match.
I think that's one of those deserves the 5 extra points if there's exactly 12, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how that works?
I'm just going to put in now that you should only get that 5 extra points once every pay-per-view. Yeah,
that makes sense.
No. You can only apply that rule the next time we do predictions. You can't apply it midway through just to mess with me. That's not fair. That's not fair.
I'm with Lenny. That's fine.
Just
I
because-
haven't made any ridiculous predictions, so I haven't
Exactly.
taken advantage of it. That's my fault.
You can't punish
That's on me.
Oh
You
god.
can't punish me.
If he gets like 200 points, 51-0, he's gonna be so unbearable next week.
I'm unbearable every week.
I've got Reigns winning by respect gained next night on Raw in a sickening promo with John Cena. So I presume that'll be a pinfall. I should put that down. Yep, pinfall.
Damn, this terrible feud.
WWE standard logic, I assume, has Cena winning because Roman Reigns got to promo and look strong on Raw because Cena wasn't there because he was doing promotional work for the WWE.
Yep, that would be it.
So Roman Reigns got to look strong because he wasn't in the ring with John Cena.
Yep.
Which has been his major issue the last month, that whenever he's in a ring with John Cena, he can't cope with the sort of live improv stuff that Cena does.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because that's what wins matches.
Yep. If they did this so they could show that, because I can't believe that they intentionally want to bury Roman Reigns. I assume they did this to show that he could cope in this environment, and my God, has it backfired badly. So, I've got Reigns winning. Mandy has Reigns winning with a sigh. And the game, they had a stare down. Two ugly people staring at each other. That's fun. Oh. But Cena, for some reason, had a samurai sword. Don't know if that was wise. Cena started whacking the hell out of Reigns with a fucking samurai sword. He then suplexed Roman Reigns through a ringside table and got a free count in 1 minute and 18. And because that was the same length as the tag match, but it was more of a squash, I'm assuming that this is what Wrestling Empire claim is their lock of the night. Cena winning by squash match. Oh man.
Goodness.
You know what my least favorite part of this John Cena Roman Reigns feud is?
Apart from all of it, what?
During the very start of it, when The Miz was in the ring with John Cena and Roman Reigns, and the crowd was obsessed with The Miz, and they were cheering for him, the whole "you deserve it," and they were respecting him, and just they loved The Miz. It was the most love that The Miz has gotten in a WWE ring in decades. Before that, John Cena has never said a positive thing about The Miz in a promo. And then the next week, John Cena cuts the stupid promo where he says, "I don't respect you, Roman Reigns, but I respect guys like The Miz who come out here and give their all." That made me so mad.
He really piggybacked off
that shit when he was in an entire WrestleMania feud with The Miz and hated him the entire time and has never once had a positive thing to say about The Miz, but he piggybacked off that so bad. God damn it. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much.
Oh,
alright, sorry.
Speaking of The Miz, by the way, Jessel, do you know the Miz and Maurice are apparently expecting their first
pregnant.
kid? Yeah.
Yay! Gonna be a beautiful baby.
And he got a massive cheer from the crowd when they announced it.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I have a Jason Jordan win, by the way. To get Miz out of the title, get some time off, return him back babyface.
Well,
maybe.
if
Miz versus Reigns for a while? That'd be great!
That would be
Remind everyone that The Miz was the main event for a while.
But I have a theory about this match, is that it got started, as you may remember, when Cena came out to the ring and said, "I've come to Raw because there's one man I want to face," and then Roman Reigns came out and stared him down, and then Cena left the ring and everyone was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." And then you may recall that in between that happening and the next week, Samoa Joe got injured and misses this show. I think that they were going to have it that Cena had come because he wanted to face Joe, and this whole thing is an entire sort of break glass because of bad time injury.
Oh, I love that theory. That's a very, very good theory.
And when Joe's back, he might even be able to do his, actually, you're the guy I wanted to face.
Cena Joe at Survivor Series? Yes, please.
I mean,
Number one contendership?
it's the match both of them have always wanted, so apparently. So with those sort of lingering thoughts in the air, who knows if they'll ever see fruit. Let's come to the main event, which is for the Universal World Title. And this is Brock Lesnar defending against Braun Strowman.
Woo!
Woo! Jess.
I want Braun Strowman to win so much. I want him to win so much. But what this looks like to me is that they're using the same Goldberg build that they built on Braun. And since we know that Paul Heyman is more heavily involved in the booking of Brock Lesnar storylines, I think this is actively trying to mirror that to swerve us. So I think that Brock Lesnar will... or that Braun Strowman will win by disqualification, really getting huge heat on Lesnar and Heyman, so that they can catapult Braun all the way up to complete full babyface mode. So I have a Braun Strowman win by DQ. Lesnar retains.
So that's Braun by TQ. I've got that on the book now. And Lenny, you're up.
Okay. It's a very tough one. I don't agree with Jessel. I don't see a lot of similarities there between the Goldberg feud. That I like his. I do like his finish. I think that's very, very interesting. And there's a lot of payoff there, though. With all that said, but I am going to go. Since I am trying with all these predictions, I usually predict just what I want to have happen, but since this is a way to make points, I'm predicting with what I think is going to happen. So I do think Braun's going to win it. Yeah, it is really tough. It's been strange, but I think Braun will win it. I with his finishing move, I always forget what it's called. I know it's just that scoop lift up thingy with pinfall. I do like Jessel's thing. It's very, very interesting. Very, very fun idea.
It's a variant of Bulldogs running Power Slam, essentially.
Yeah.
Power Slam. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But I have Braun winning by pinfall.
Mandy says that Brock's going to win, and she said that Braun's in trouble. WWE Standard Logic says that Brock's going to win because he's been murked every single week by Braun Strowman.
Yeah. That's the similarity I saw with Goldberg, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Gotcha.
And I really want Braun Strowman to win. Like, generally, he is the most exciting new talent I can recall in wrestling in years.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And I know they seem to be going for Reigns Brock at the big show next year. But you know, sometimes somebody comes along who's so hot and now that you just need to, you know, put everything on the back burner for the moment and go with them. You know, it's like Kurt Angle in 2000. They had The Rock, Austin set in stone.
Great point.
But they had to detour from it to give Kurt Angle the belt because he was there then. 2004, they wanted to make the belt match Brock Lesnar v Goldberg. That sounds familiar. But Eddie Guerrero had caught fire so much that they had to give him the belt. It's the exact same here. Braun Strowman has become so much of the man that they need to stop and just give him the belt now. That said, my lock of the night is Brock Lesnar retaining. And because I'm used to severe disappointment, my lock of the night is Brock Lesnar by pinfall. Possibly after one F5 only, and then the next night you talk about what a battle he had, even though you know, because I'm not used to Brock Lesnar matches being that exciting now. But life's full of disappointments. However, the game must have known this is how I felt, because here is Wrestling Empire's version of Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. John Cena left the samurai sword at ringside for some reason. So, the first few minutes of this match is basically Suplex City. No Braun offense, just suplexes everywhere. But, he's outlasted Roman so far because the match has got 90 seconds. But then Brock gets... Oh, goodness gracious. Brock gets caught in the running power slam, but he kicks out. Then Braun Strowman gets Brock Lesnar onto the top rope and hits a top rope Hurricane Rana. Braun grabs Brock Lesnar and he smashes his face into the steel steps repeatedly. Then Brock grabs Braun Strowman and hits a tombstone on the floor, but Braun Strowman gets right up again. Then Braun Strowman gets hit by the F5 on the floor, but he gets back up again. Braun then punches Brock Lesnar repeatedly until the ref steps in and ends the match in a ref stoppage on 5 minutes because Brock Lesnar has been beaten senseless. Braun immediately goes backstage and waits to use the loo. He's literally standing there outside the loo. He then grabs a stick of dynamite and throws it at Brock, which explodes. Triple H shows up to watch Braun intently. End of show.
Oh man!
Oh,
I want him to do the dynamite so bad.
I mean, that was dreadful.
Blow up the ring.
Although I am reminded that if the match ended by ref stoppage like that, technically Brock would retain because the titles can't change by ref stoppage. As you should remember,
Is that the case?
The precedent of Mick Foley and The Rock at Rock Bottom in Your House.
Gotcha. Because the last time I remember it happening was an NXT show.
Yeah, but NXT has different rules.
Okay, that's why I was asking.
Of course, WWE, the rules are only precedents when they want them to be, but I'm only going by what happened last on for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when I say what happened last, what I remember for though they did something in 2011 when they changed the title 70 million times. Who could remember that? So yeah, that's the show from 6 different perspectives. 6? 1, 2, 3, 6 different perspectives. Wow. Now, who will be the champion of No Mercy? All of us if Braun Strowman wins, but in reality, we'll find out next week. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed our new game sort of standalone thingy. I will come back every pay-per-view, and depending on how much sugar I have before each one, I might become even more insane. Certainly the game will be. So until next time, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.